Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rum on the Couch video number 47. Dave here from Manchester Rum Festival, and as you can probably tell, it is Christmas Eve. And on Christmas Eve, as you may have seen from yesterday's video when I spoke about Puss's Spice Rum, I was going to carry today's theme on in regards to Navy Rum. And with that, I'll say Navy Rum, but also the Black Tot. Well, obviously, Pussers have a huge affinity towards that. And it was their 50th anniversary this year. 31st of July 1970 was the end of the Black Tot, the daily ration that the sailors received in the British Royal Navy. And with that, I also picked up a bottle of the Black Tot 50th anniversary. And I thought, you know what? I've actually got a bottle of their other Black Tot rum. And I actually picked this up, I think 2019. I was very lucky to go down to London to the launch of Black Tot Rum to see what the hype's about, see what the sort of reinvention of what Black Tot is. It is a rum brand that you've been able to pick up for a handful of years now. Last consignment, for example, very, very rare to get hold of, but they decided to bring a blend out to sort of, wouldn't say mimic, probably mimic's the wrong word to use, but in that traditional way of bringing some great rums that were hugely popular back in the day. So, for example, with this one, before I pour out, it has on the side here, distilled in the Caribbean in both pot and column stills from Barbados, Guyana, and Jamaica. So, I'm going to revisit that. It's been open, it's been drank a fair bit, but to be brutally honest, not for a while. So I thought I'd throw this in, and of course we're going to crack this open. It's got a beautiful wax seal, so it could take me a while to get it open. And also to see what the 50th anniversary is about. And I have to admit, I'm very, very happy to see that they've essentially gone on the back label as much transparency towards what is in this bottle. I'll go through it in a little bit more detail when we crack open the 50th anniversary. So I've already got my glass here, and despite it, I don't know what time it is, but I definitely know it's morning. This is a rum to be forever remembered, so let's see if I can remember it by the end of Christmas Eve. We're looking at, just going to double check the ABV, 46.2%. What a start to the morning. Now, like I say, I was very fortunate to head down to London and experience Black Tot's launch, and I was actually quite intrigued because they also had 3 cocktail stations. No, I lie, sorry, 3 or 4, might have been 4 actually. Where they showed off not just what the rum's about, but the versatility behind it, which is a great, I feel, opportunity to experience, obviously, a rum, oh, hello. Sorry, it's got a beautiful whiff of banoffee then. A great experience to understand, obviously, the rum itself, but to see the versatility in different styles of cocktails. Off memory, I've kept the menu, I couldn't find it in time for this, but there was obviously long serves, or tropical serves. There was, I think, some old-fashioned style clarified. There was one that wasn't what I expected, but it worked really, really well with the Black Tot Rum. And like I say, it was a great liquid, so I'm hoping, I'm going to revisit it, but my memory sense, and of course my palate, as it grows and upgrades itself over the months and years, I've tried different rums. It's always good to revisit. Excuse me. Still get that banoffee pie on the nose there. I get a beautiful kind of blackstrap molasses treacle element, quite thin, a little bit more oily. What is that? There was something else there as well. I get a little bit of orange peel, a little bit, not too much, more like say the zest for the actual, the peel itself. The good thing is it smells like a beautiful blend of rum, it really does. Like I say, Barbados, Jamaica, Guyana, 3 fantastic islands or countries in Guyana's point of view, sorry. They're very, very well known and making some fantastic rums. It has a slight burnt honeycomb to it. I think that's the one I'm missing there. All right, let's give it a go. Straight away, right to the front of your palate. It's going to be oily, smooth, velvet style. Quite caramel sort of wave in a beautiful, very soft element towards it. Bit of fudge. I actually get a bit of marshmallow, weirdly. I don't know if that's down to the texture perhaps, but It's definitely something sort of, what's the word to use there? I hate to really use squidgy, but it's like gelatine element, which in a good way as well, not sort of a congealed sort of profile, but it has that nice sort of chewy element. Yeah, it's still quite thin in certain parts. As you breathe in and out, you start to misinterpret a little bit, which is good. You're thinking about what you've got in your mouth. That's a really good rum, and it is bringing back those memories, and you can see why straight away how versatile this could be within cocktails as well. Yeah, obviously it's not designed for such. I mean, are any rums designed purely for a cocktail-driven one? I'll feel free to put in the comments if there are any brands that you feel are not the best to be drunk on its own and designed straight for those mixes. But this is, you can see why. Thinness, you get a beautiful, that creme brulee sort of nips it right at the end a little bit as well from the aroma that it picked up. Best thing is that you can get sort of each of the three qualities of a Barbadian profile of rum, that slight Jamaican high ester, not too much in this I don't feel, and of course the real sort of base of Guyana. Quite a lingering profile. I wouldn't say long, it's still there, but not as intense. I'm enjoying that. And off memory, I enjoyed the launch as well, so it's good to see it's not not degressed. I get a little bit of citrus actually. I don't know if the orange is coming through a bit more. I'm tending a little bit onto lemon now, but a very small amount. That might just be myself, I'm not sure. Right, so as I say, I came across this one. Obviously, it was released, I actually want to say back in July. It would make a lot of sense, 50th anniversary of Black Tot. But it took me a couple of months to pick it up, mainly for the fact of it's COVID, and I've got to be very careful with the pennies. But I was intrigued because a lot of people have been saying this is essentially one of the best rums they've had so far this year. I'm like, well, that automatically thinks I need to give this a go. And obviously, the normal rum festivals, myself included, I've been able to have the opportunity to have a little bit. But like I say, I was intrigued because there was a bit of positivity around it. Not just because of the rum itself, but also the transparency. So on the back label, as well as on the beautiful box that arrives in, it has the essentially breakdown of the rum itself. Now, I'm not going to go through it all in detail, but I'll give you some highlights. So in here we have country of origins including Guyana, Barbados, Trinidad, Jamaica. Excuse me, Black Tot's gone to me already. Sorry, I'll stay again. Guyana, Barbados, Trinidad, Jamaica, and world. A bit vague on that one, granted. Distilleries include Demerara Distillers in Guyana, Foursquare in Barbados, Trinidad Distillers obviously in Trinidad, Hampton Estate in Jamaica, Coroni in Trinidad, which is now, well, essentially, I wouldn't say mothball, but gone. I can never pronounce that one for Guyana, I've just realised. I don't even know how to attempt it either. But also, there's actually some of the original Navy, Royal Navy blend as well. It's great, it's got the status operating, you know, Demerara Distillers is still going, Foursquare's not. Foursquare is, but Coroni isn't, and so on. Blends of column and pot stills in there, wooden pot from the Demerara. Tropical aging of 8 years in Foursquare, for example, with that pot and column, 5 years in Trinidad, 13 years from that Coroni, which again is not been open or not been running and operating. But there's also some continental aging. But the biggest one there is actually 42 years in the Guyana distillery. I can't pronounce. I'm not even going to attempt it either, which is a hell of a lot more. But obviously, only small amount in the overall blend, 0.5%. So despite it being the oldest, it's also one of the smallest percentages of the blend. Give it that idea, the highest is 28% of Guyana, Demerara at 12 years old in column still. You've got 27% of a 9 year, same distillery, same still. 15% Foursquare, pot column, 8 years, and 3 years continental aging. So it's mind-boggling, but really, really fascinating to get your head around. I'm wary of time, so I'm going to attempt to open this. I was going to open it beforehand, but I thought really show the fact that it's a great wooden seal, wax seal. Sorry, not wooden. But it does lack that sort of Maker's Mark, Baby Bell sort of feel. So I'm going to attempt with a knife, and this is not going to go well, I can imagine. It's the only downside I feel sometimes with rum brands, that they like to go for the authenticity of that wax seal, but when you're in a hurry, you know, it's not ideal. Oh, there you go. Oh, beautiful looking. Oh, look at that. Okay. It's got a nice wooden top, as per the original Black Tots. The ABV on this, 54.5%. So let's give this a go. Beautiful looking colour. Let's put you down there. All right, look at that. That's a lot deeper in comparison. I know you can't probably see it too much, but I think you can to an extent. A lot more rich on the colour on there. Very, very light. Not what I was expecting. Subtle scented, a lot more oak in this one. A lot more seasoned, a little bit oily, a little bit, very, very thin. Oh wow. Oh, there's a lot going on there. I'm cautious on time, so I'm going to quickly, so I'll give you an idea. So straight away, I wouldn't say powerful, but definitely a beautiful wave of soft, I'd say fudge, bit of vanilla, bit of tobacco in there, slight underlining of cocoa. So like 80% cocoa, a very, very dry element. On the sides, orange peel, candied sort of, I say candied lemons actually, but I'm more candied orange. Definitely that real marshmallow. Weirdly, I'm getting that marshmallow again from the original Black Tot I started on the video. Beautiful long profile. It's sort of married together in an amazing way. Wow, I can see why a lot of people have been raving about this one. And it naturally piques my interest, of course, with any rums that a lot of people, especially when it first releases, everybody wants to give a go of. Very, very mid-mouth, very, very forward-thinking on this. There's a lot going on, but it's a beautiful marriage, it really is. Very, very different to the, I keep saying original Black Tot, the new edition of Black Tot from 2019. Very, very different indeed. Long, long profile. Wow. So much going on, but in reality, it's probably not. It's just the intensities of those flavour profiles keep coming back, especially when you're breathing in and out again. You're sort of reliving it. So much, I wouldn't say thicker, but it's a lot more bolder. I wouldn't say, well, richer to an extent, but not to the point of it's like, bloody hell, there's so much going on, hitting your palate from all sides. It's like a beautiful caressing wave of well, basically a blend of rums coming together. That is fantastic. It really is. And don't get me wrong, I love the first one as well. But wow, I can really see why people have been enjoying this. That is one to finish the year off quite nicely. Despite everything that's going on, that could be a real highlight, and I feel like there's going to be something to highlight for me on New Year's Eve. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm hoping that gives you a really good idea about Black Tot Rum, their 50th anniversary, the main starlight for me there. But I will never dismiss, of course, this one. It's already had a good half a bottle gone already. Always a good sign from my end. I bought my Black Tot 50th anniversary from Roma Whiskies, but you can pick it up from Whiskey Exchange, Master Malts, and many other local and independent retailers, I'm sure. Other than that, I want to wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas. Have a fantastic New Year, and I will see you all on the other side in 2021. Thank you.